shorter one today. Only 3 pages. Usually it's maybe 5 or sometimes 6. Not even 3. Like 2.5, 2 and 2.25. It's gonna be a little bit shorter. I'd say this is what? This is like 40% of a page. 2.4. We had a joke about Planet Fitness, which relied on their slogan, this is a judgment-free zone. The key we showed used the UK spelling of judgment. A lot of you pointed that out. Can I just say, jackals pouncing on the correct spelling of judgment, a little on the nose. We said by next year, Donald Trump is either going to be president or selling pictures of himself in Times Square, and then a bunch of you said, well, actually, based on his current civil trial, he might be banned from doing any business at all in New York City, which means he couldn't sell photos of himself in Times Square. And then I guess my question is that business? They do need a permit for that? Does the guy who dresses like Elmo, have a permit for that? And if so, when he goes to get the permit, does he get it in his name or does he get it in Elmo's name? And when he walks in, does he say, I need a permit? Or does he say, Elmo need permit? You know what? The person who deals with Times Square's permits isn't, when Elmo walks in, tickled. So it's shorter, but we're making up for it. I would say we've done 45% of the first page. So if you're trying to figure out how much more it is, I'd say we've done not quite a fifth. But again, it's going to be on the shorter side. Closer look yesterday. Had a joke about Trump putting googly eyes on a bucket of KFC and calling it his lawyer in order to sneak it into the courthouse because he hasn't been able to eat in the courthouse. Let me tell you something about this. Big laugh. Big laugh. Then we said it worked because it looks a lot like his current lawyer. Big laugh. Big laugh. We're at 2, gonna hit rule of 3s. Third one plays the biggest. Later, we said this is what his doctor looks like. This ate. This ate a whole bag of. Then afterwards, Sal said, you know, we could fix it. We could put the googly eyes on it. Because clearly, this required the googly eyes. But we couldn't, in good faith, go back and fix it in post, because that would be unfair to the studio audience who correctly judged it. People at home be like, why didn't they laugh at that one? We couldn't do that to them. Also, graphics, if you're ever on the fence of whether or not I want googly eyes, I want them. Give me the googs. Now, I don't want to belabor this point, because again, today's a shorter one. And by the way, here's the thing with graphics, I got to make it clear. Like, because now I've been like, if it's ever on the fence, like, it's got to, here's like, for example, if it's ever accompanying the words, rest in peace, no googlies. It wasn't a blanket statement. Like, we'll make it clearer in the future. But this, guys, like, either the stethoscope had to go on the bucket as if the bucket's a head, or, put him in Colonel Sanders' ears. What's this? Like, no part of that's okay. This is a personal attack. So I went down to graphics, waving this around. I mean, I got it bigger when I wave it around. It's like a big ol'. I come down, I'm like, do you want to explain this? I was like, do you have something more important to focus on? And every one of them goes, yeah, animal flubs. And I realize I've put a lot of pressure on them. I'd say we're at 1.3 pages. I received a thoughtful, helpful note that I'm going to take. I show art sometimes that is made by jackals, and when I do that, I should remember to say the name of the person who made the art. I do appreciate the time that goes into them, even when I don't like the actual art, which is almost all the time. So moving forward, I'm going to do that. I will say there are some items I had unboxed after the new year, and I have unfortunately lost the names of the person who did them. So I do not know the name of the person who did this. I'm going to show you this piece of art now. Guys, one of my favorite all-time football players, the late, great Franco Harris. One of the greatest, if not the greatest play in NFL history, the Immaculate Reception. I will sometimes just watch the Immaculate Reception on YouTube if I'm feeling down. That's how much I like watching that. My least favorite thing in the world is the McDonald's spokesmonster Mac Tonight, which makes this piece of art here a real tweener for me. That is the Immaculate Reception. Again, I forgot to write down the name. I'm trying to think of what artist would even do something like this. Hitler? I almost forgot. Did this helpful thing for you guys. There you go. Okay. Oh, speaking of artists, I said Andy Warhol paintings this week. It's they're lithographs. Want to see my favorite Andy Warhol lithograph? See, it works. If I had asked, can you put a stethoscope on it? It would have been like here. I'm going to skip this next one, so then take that into account as far as what I said length was. I said that 88, been informed that 88 was a hate symbol used by white supremacists and how angry that made me. Like, they don't get to just take one of our numbers, that we use often. Well, a jackal said something I really liked. And I think it would be a helpful thing to say to a white supremacist if you ever saw them sporting the old 88. And this was a very clean comment. It was this and nothing else, unadorned with setup or postscript. 88 is better than 69 because you get 8 twice. I mean, I think if you said that to a skinhead, it would just stop them in their tracks. What? You heard me. We're down to our last page. Got big old fat square ice cubes. A lot of people said that I had bad Negroni cubes. That was from Nate, sent in a new ice cube tray. Thanks, Nate. Nate went to a store. I spent like $3 on an ice cube tray. Remembered his name. Life's not fair. Why am I racing? I referenced a keto, some sort of keto junk science, I'll say it, pill online that was using pictures. I said it was using pictures of Kelly Clarkson and I. I should have said they were using pictures of me and Kelly Clarkson. Kelly, did you know I was saying it wrong?
Yeah.
You knew I was saying it wrong and you didn't say anything?
Yeah.
Well, then you can go. No. No, where are you going? No, you're going the wrong way. Don't go towards the band. Kelly. I mean, she has a TV. I feel like she did that on purpose. It is how she walks, though. She's always very... I think they taught him that on American Idol. Always let people just see the front. Oh. New Year's resolution. We're right near the end. Yep. New Year's resolution was I'm gonna stop biting my nails. So let's take a quick check-in and see how I'm doing. 7 days. Well, I think that's about it. Don't regret the one I didn't do. In general, you know, I just deal the cards I'm dealt. That's how you say it. That's the expression, right? I realize why I stopped getting invited to poker nights. They'd deal me cards and then I would just deal them back. You gotta deal the cards you're dealt. No, man. You don't, you gotta play them. Not what my daddy taught me. See you next week.